Welcome back to Battle of the Brains, presented by Virginia 529 College Savings Plan.
Here are the scores following the first toss-up round here on Battle of the Brains. St. Christopher's School with 60 points and Fort Defiance High School with 60 points. A tie match so far. And we'll get back to our match just ahead, but first we want you to meet our players today. Let's start with our team from St. Christopher's School. They are the Saints. Their coach is Alina Shahutsky. First up is Mason Carter. Mason is a senior whose favorite subject, he tells us, is history. He's an Eagle Scout and a member of the varsity golf team. Our team captain from St. Christopher's is Kevin Amajandro, who is a senior. He's an Eagle Scout, enjoys snowboarding, and his favorite subjects are math and science. Next up is Nick Manites, who is a junior. He enjoys writing and reading fiction. He's the assistant editor of the Hieroglyphic, which is the school's literary magazine, and he plays varsity tennis. And wrapping up our team from St. Chris is Jack Mitchell, who is a senior. Jack plays guitar in the school's jazz band. He enjoys playing basketball and golf and likes to fish and sail. That's our team from St. Christopher's, and as we mentioned, the team is the defending champions here on Battle of the Brains. Now for our team from Fort Defiance High School, they are the Indians. Their coach is Eric Walker. First up is Tanner Miller, who is a senior. His hobbies include video games, ultimate frisbee, likes to hang out with his friends. He's interested in mechanical engineering. Next up is the team captain, Kyle Yoder. Kyle's a junior who enjoys cooking, playing with his dog. He likes playing soccer and spending time with his family. He wants to go to college to get a degree in pre-health science, would like to become a physician's assistant. Next up is Ebbett Souter, who is a junior, enjoys playing ultimate frisbee. He likes alternative sports like skating, slacklining, climbing, hiking, biking, kayaking, and snowboarding. He's involved in the Student Council Association, the National Art Honor Society, and the National Honor Society. And wrapping up the team is Kaylin Murphy, who's a junior. He's also in the National Honor Society, plays in the National Art Honor Society as well, the Student Council Association, and Envirothon. Enjoys art and literature, has a black belt in karate, hopes to attend college and study art, history, or English. And that is our team from Fort Defiance High School. And now to our category round, where each team will select one 10-question category from today's choices. And if they get all their questions correct in the allotted time, they'll receive a 20-point bonus. Teams, take a look here at today's categories from which you may choose. They are expressions using names of body parts, professional athletes, and begins with F. And we do note that in this round, only the captains can officially answer for the team, though they may confer with their teammates to try to come up with the correct answers. And the team normally with the high score gets to go first. In the case of a tie, the team that got the last correct question gets first choice, and that is St. Christopher's. So Kevin, if you can open your microphone for me, quickly talk it over with your teammates, and let me know what category you all would like to play.
We would like to play begins with F.
All right, identify all of the following which begin with the letter F. F as in Frank. Organisms that lack chlorophyll and feed off other plants or animals.
Fungi, right? The answer is fungi.
That is correct. Eye problem that causes nearby objects to appear blurry.
Okay. The answer is farsighted.
Correct. The point on which a lever rests.
The answer is fulcrum.
Correct. Famous novel by Mary Shelley.
The answer is Frankenstein.
Correct. Ugly goddesses of revenge who had snakes for hair.
It's Fury. Or Fury?
Revenge? That's the Fates.
That's Fates?
Yes, Fates.
The answer is Fates.
Repeat for me, please.
Fates?
It would be the Furies. U.S. president who pardoned Richard Nixon.
The answer is Ford.
Gerald Ford, yes. Tube through which an egg travels from the ovary.
The answer is fallopian.
Correct. Legendary site for which Ponce de Leon was searching.
The answer is Fountain of Youth.
Correct. Ruler of Spain from 1939 to 1975.
Ferdinand?
Francisco Franco.
Franco?
Yes.
The answer is Franco.
That is correct, and we will not get to the last question. We ran out of time there. All right, for Defiance, Kyle, what would you and your team like to play? Figurative expressions using names of body parts or professional athletes? Please open your microphone and quickly discuss it with your teammates.
Figurative expressions, please.
All right, figurative expressions using names of body parts. Identify the body part that completes the following. The first is expensive. It cost me an arm and a what?
Leg.
Correct. To take a risk or stick your blank out.
Neck.
Correct. To pay a high price or pay through the what?
Ear.
Pay through the nose. To become nervous or have cold what?
Feet.
Feet is correct. Clumsy or all what?
Thumb.
Thumbs is correct. To make your best effort or put your best blank forward.
Foot.
Foot is correct. To be easily insulted or have a chip on your what?
Shoulder.
Shoulder is correct. To fool or pull the wool over someone's what?
Eyes.
That's correct. To escape narrowly or by the skin of one's what? Teeth is correct. To stay informed or keep one's what on the pulse?
Finger.
Finger is correct. Good job on that category. Both of our teams did well in the category round. Up next, we'll get another toss-up round when we come back here on Battle of the Brains.
Welcome back to Battle of the Brains, presented by Virginia 529 College Savings Plan.
Here are the scores following the category round here on Battle of the Brains. Our team from St. Christopher's School with 100 points. Our team from Fort Defiance High School, 105 points. And now it's back to Battle of the Brains and another toss-up round. Again, this virtual season, questions are alternating between teams, and there are no point deductions for an incorrect answer. In this round, the first question goes to St. Christopher. The 10 Commandments were received by Moses from Jehovah on what sacred mountaintop? Nicholas.
Sinai.
Mount Sinai is correct. For Defiance, the 6 crises referred to the book by the same name, including the Alger Hiss case, the kitchen debate with Nikita Khrushchev, the heart attack of Dwight Eisenhower, and his own 1960 campaign. Name this U.S. president brought down by a 7th crisis, Watergate. Kyle.
Nixon.
Richard Nixon is correct. St. Christopher's, you may need your pencil and paper for this one. How many zeros are there in the numeral 1 trillion? Mason.
9.
There are 12. Fort Defiance, Martin Luther King Jr. defended forms of nonviolent protest such as sit-ins in a famous letter he wrote from jail in what southern city? Kaylin.
Birmingham.
Birmingham is correct. St. Christopher's, Caesar Borgia, the illegitimate son of Pope Alexander VI, was the subject of what famous work by Niccolo Machiavelli? Kevin.
The Prince.
The Prince is correct. Fort Defiance. Please watch the screen and listen closely. Here is your Virginia-based question from a member of the Battle of the Brains Brainy Bunch.
What police agency is the oldest continuous police department in the United States?
Kaylin.
The U.S. Marshals.
Repeat for me, please.
The Marshals.
It's actually the Virginia Capitol Police, formed in 1618. St. Christopher's, with the revival of interest in classical Latin and Greek during the course of the Renaissance, what was the third and more ancient language to gain in popularity among scholars? Jack. I need you to repeat for me, please. I can't hear you.
Here, mic isn't working. I'll answer for him. Is that okay?
Judges? Okay, Mason, you may answer.
He said Sanskrit.
No, it was Hebrew. And we'll try to get that corrected. Fort Defiance, your question. Name the French river where a German advance on Paris was repulsed by the Allies in 1914 and again in 1918. Tanner.
The Seine.
It would be the Marne. St. Christopher's. In the 14th century, Francesco Petrarch established and perfected the Italian form of what poetic verse? Kevin.
The sonnet.
The sonnet is correct. For Defiance, only 30 professional baseball players have ever accumulated 3,000 or more hits. If eligible, only one of these has been denied entrance to the Baseball Hall of Fame. Name this exclusion the number one hitter of all time. Tanner.
Pete Rose.
Pete Rose is correct. St. Christopher's, he described his life in his 1845 memoir, Narrative of an American Slave. Name this editor of the North Star, a prominent black abolitionist. Nick.
Frederick Douglass.
Frederick Douglass is correct. For Defiance, this gland's exocrine secretions pass through the ampulla of Vader to the duodenum, where they digest proteins and fats. Name this organ whose islets of Langerhans contain beta cells that secrete insulin. Halen.
The pancreas.
Pancreas is correct. And that buzzer means one more toss-up round ahead, and we'll have today's winner for you here on Battle of the Brains, so don't go away.